Scenario planning is an essential functionality for Anaplan customers, providing the ability to model numerous plans across all variables for comparison in advance of execution. At the highest level, an entire Anaplan model can be replicated using versions. This dashboard is the landing page for the S&OP demo model. It shows links to many of the process and reporting dashboards that make up the end-to-end model. At the top here, this drop-down context shows 3 versions of the model have been created, meaning that one plan could be the live production version, whilst the other 2 represent sandbox versions in which every variable is available to be flexed to model outcomes across every conceivable scenario. In fact, the S&OP process itself is built upon creation and comparison of many scenarios from which the decision maker selects the preferred version. We'll come back to this after first taking a look at some example what-if scenario screens within supply chain processes. Starting at this demand plan screen, a planner can review the baseline demand, overlaying opportunities, risks, and manual adjustments. Here we are viewing the base forecast scenario, but there are buttons for simple creation and duplication of scenarios. There are 2 alternatives already created, of which scenario 1 has been pre-populated with opportunity and risk information, plus adjustments. Moving on, this next dashboard simply displays variance between the scenarios, comparing the volume difference of each and the impact upon both the product and regional hierarchies. The planner can then select the preferred scenario, which then rolls the numbers into the next stage of the Anaplan model. This is the standard approach to scenario planning used across the following alternative examples. Another demand planning dashboard, this one is the conclusion of the consensus planning process, where multiple stakeholders such as sales, finance, marketing, and customers provide their input to enrich the demand plan. Flexing the variables has produced 3 scenarios: conservative, baseline, and optimistic, which are easily summarized for review. Here is an alternative take on the same process with 5 scenarios for review. When using Anaplan's optimizer functionality to solve complex constraint-driven objectives, the usual process is that each optimizer run produces a new scenario for summary and comparison. The network optimizer considers all variable costs across outbound and inbound transit, manufacturing and handling to model the impact of changing costs and to financialize the forecasted demand plan. Similarly, the production capacity optimizer creates scenarios utilizing cost and capacity data from all supply chain network locations. Returning to the S&OP model landing page, we turn to the pre-S&OP dashboard, where all of the process risks and opportunities are visible. By selecting various combinations of outcomes, the S&OP manager can model numerous scenarios that are then prioritized and proposed to the approver. This final dashboard is where the decision maker utilizes summarized data and KPIs to determine which scenario will be submitted for execution. Anaplan is the single source of one true set of real-time numbers.